everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crafty Beer Reviews. Today I will be reviewing a very special beer. This right here is Prairie Artisan Ale's Bomb, with an exclamation point I would like to note. So this is something that we cannot get whatsoever in Ohio, and I gotta give a big shout out to my good buddy Chuck. He just randomly brought this over one day for no particular reason. Didn't want another beer in return, nothing. Chuck is one of the nicest guys I've ever met. He's always just bringing over craft beer goodies, and this is one of them. So, Chuck, thank you. I've been wanting to try this beer forever. Now, they don't bottle date, but I can tell you this is about 5 months old, roughly. So, he brought it over when it was only a couple weeks old. He got it in a beer trade himself, and I've been sitting on this for a couple of months now. Like I said, about 5 months, roughly, it's been in my cellar. I just kind of forgot about it. I've been drinking other beers, and now I'm finally drinking this one. So, yeah. I've heard a lot of people say that you want to try it as fresh as possible. Obviously, 5 months is not particularly fresh, but I am super duper stoked to finally be trying this big bad boy. That's right, 14%. No way in hell we would get this in Ohio. So yeah, very excited to check this one out. Guys, let's go ahead and check out the aroma. Right away I get this really nice dark chocolate, milk chocolate sweetness kind of combo. I'm definitely getting the coffee in there. It's like a dark roasted coffee. Definitely getting a nice roasted malt note too. Getting a little bit of the peppers. They're really not too forward. Again, you know, peppers are one thing that would fall off a bit, of course. Yeah, I mean, I do get the peppers, but it's really more of a subdued note. I definitely get like that pepper skin. I'm not really getting any kind of heat or anything. I'm also getting a touch of vanilla that's not super duper strong. Yeah, because this is aged, it's Imperial Stout, obviously, and it's aged on coffee, cocoa nibs, vanilla beans, and chili peppers. And right now, the vanilla beans and the chili peppers are really kind of lower in the mix, and I'd say the coffee and the chocolate is much higher. Yeah, it smells like a nice beer, though, for sure. Again, you know, very roasty, coffee, vanilla. Oh, yeah. Smells like a nice beer. Let's go ahead and check out the taste. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. So the taste is actually quite a bit different than the aroma. So right up front, I'm definitely getting a lot of that really nice dark roasted coffee. I'm getting a ton of this really kind of bittersweet dark chocolate, milk chocolate. And I gotta say, the peppers are a lot more forward in the actual taste than they were in the aroma, which is fine by me. I'm getting a little bit of that kind of pepper taste, definitely a little bit of that pepper skin, kind of a smoky quality almost. And I'm getting a little bit of heat. It's more heat up front, and then as it fades, there's really not as much that lingers on your palate, but it's definitely in there. Yeah, definitely getting that vanilla too. It's really nice. It comes in about mid-palate. And that's one of those notes that kind of lingers. It's a really nice sweetness, too. I almost get a little bit of a kind of like a burnt sugar type of caramelized type of note in there, which I really like. Again, I'm getting a decent amount of roasted malt notes as well. But, yeah, this is pretty nice. And I gotta say, for 14%, this is pretty damn deceptive. I could not smell the alcohol, and I'm not getting too much in the way of heat. I'm actually very surprised, very pleasantly surprised. This drink's smoother than some 10% Imperial Stouts I've had, which is kind of scary, and it's a damn good thing they put it in a smaller bottle, that's for sure, but yeah, this is super smooth. I mean, they've done a nice job of integrating all the flavors. I can see where people come from, though. I think this would probably be better to be drank as soon as possible as opposed to being aged a little bit like I have. But right now, it's drinking very nicely. Yeah, just like coffee up front. You get those pepper notes up front. I'm definitely getting, you know, a lot of that chocolate. You know, like I said, milk chocolate, dark chocolate. Definitely nice roasted malt notes, a little bit of smokiness almost. That kind of like caramelized sugar type of note as well. And it's really nice too because it's definitely more on the bitter side for an Imperial Stout, but it does have those sweeter notes to balance everything out. I get, you know, some of that vanilla. The vanilla is definitely the most subdued note in here, but I definitely get it, and it's really nice. It's got a full body. It's got a very creamy type of mouthfeel too. It's very velvety, kind of coating on the tongue, which is really nice. And as it sits on my palate, Really what lasts is kind of that pepper note, a little bit, just a touch of that warming sensation. It's not super hot, but it's definitely a little bit of heat. And then I'm definitely getting a lot of that roasted and kind of chocolate notes on the back end. But yeah, this is pretty impressive. I can see why there's a lot of hype behind this one, and I would love to try some of the other variants from them. This is my very first beer from Prairie, and I am very satisfied. If you guys have not checked this one out, and if you can actually do so, I would say either go out and buy it if you can, or trade for it. This is a really nice beer. Yeah, very well done. I mean, it's not mind blowing. I've definitely had better Imperial Stouts, but as far as a regular Imperial Stout with these other, adjuncts added in, it's a nice beer. So, as far as a rating, guys, I'm going with a 9.1 out of 10. It's really enjoyable. The alcohol is really, really well hidden, which, again, just makes this deceptively smooth. Dangerous beer for sure. I gotta say, I like how much the coffee and chocolate just play off the natural roasted notes from the Imperial Stout. I like the fact that the pepper notes are in there, but it's not overly hot. But I like that they're actually in there and kind of up front. At this point, my only complaint is really not getting a ton of vanilla bean. That's the one thing that's, the most subdued note. I would like a little bit more vanilla bean, but other than that, it's a really nice beer, and I know they have a bourbon barrel aged version of that. I would love to try it, but as it is, it's a great beer. Go check it out. Alright guys, that does for this beer review. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And remember, I hope whatever you're doing involves good craft beer. See ya.